I'm worried about the cat. He's so lazy he lags behind. What if we are in a hostile territory? He could be snatched up because he lags behind. Really worried about this cat. Hopefully nothing will happen to him, or her, or whatever. And now the cat's missing. Oh, there it is. The ropes dangling from the crane sway in the ocean breeze.
God's damn that son of a cool.
Paligina. The angry woman clenches her jaw and stares out toward the harbor with glimmering golden eyes. Eventually sensing your presence, she turns her feathered head toward you.
Want to run it down on its luck, Valiant Trading Company? If you have more than half a brain, you could really do something with it.
Paligina clenches her jaw and continues quietly.
As long as you're willing to clean up a few bloodstains.
Arismital says, "Whatever's going on, I don't want to get involved."
The luxury of choosing what tangled idiocies you can be involved with. It must be nice.
Paligina sighs. The woman looks back at the warehouse for a moment and grimaces. After a slight nod in your direction, she storms off. Vailian Trading Company, all right? Vailian Trading Company. Vailian soldier. Mestre Verzano gives the orders around here. Is it Mestre or Master? My job is just to guard the crates. I don't ask what's in them. It's no accident that the founders of the Vailian Trading Company built this warehouse so close to the salty mast. For Vailians, working abroad is all about returning to the republics with success and prestige. A lot of unregulated business goes on in Ondra's gift. That's how we Vailians tend to like things anyhow. This Vailian soldier seems agile and well trained. Cartugo.
Welcome.
Come take a look. My wares. Exotic goods shipped straight from the republics and old Vailia. Arismital says, show me what you have for sale.
I'll handle this. It's done.
Caution, flammable. My job is to guard the crates. I don't ask what's in them, says a valiant soldier. I'm putting in my time now so I can return home wealthy and successful, says a warehouse hand. Dear Woodens are hardy, but they can't match our ambition. This warehouse hand grunts as you approach and resumes working. Okay, that was a wrong phrasing. Mestre Verzano says, Apretas, keep those crates moving. For immediate transport to Berda, handle with care. Mestre Verzano gives the orders around here, says a valiant soldier. Grunt work isn't glamorous, but I'm working my way up the food chain, says a warehouse hand. Mestre Verzano. A man stands in the corner of the warehouse, directing traffic. Gems wink from the many rings on his fingers as he points and waves at the laborers. His silk clothes, though finely embroidered, are new. You notice a couple mended seams around the shoulders and a discreet patch on one elbow.
Well met, friend.
When he sees you, he throws his arms wide in an expansive welcome. Greetings, you have come to the warehouse and headquarters of the Valiant Trading Company. He consults a pocket watch. Some of the gold filigree has chipped away. But you are late. I sent word to the expedition hall yesterday. This delivery cannot wait. He snaps the watch shut. Arismital asks, who was that feathered woman? Verzano says, you must mean Alegina. She's a paladin in the employ of the Vailian embassy. Verzano chuckles. She's a good soldier, but not so good at taking orders. Too hot a temper, I'm afraid. Arismital says, she seemed angry. Verzano laughs again. That is no surprise. She's hot-headed, a woman in a brotherhood of paladins, and touched by the gods in such an unusual way. Touched by the gods? Do you mean retarded? or gifted. Verezano says, something else I can help you with, or shall I return to my business? Arismital says, tell me about what you do here. Verezano says, I am a merchant from Ansenze, the fairest of the Vailian republics. Here in Defiance Bay, I run the Vailian Trading Company. He gestures at the stacked crates. We ship cargo to and from the republics. We are part of the grandest mercantile organization in the world. Anything you can imagine, we can ship it. He grins for a fee. Arismital says, what's the delivery? Verezano tugs at his beard. I must assume then that you are not from the company I contacted at the expedition hall. He waves a hand. But you are here and they are not. It is a bag of bitter squash seeds, which are prized for their medicinal properties. Few merchants in Defiance Bay deal in them, but those who do know their value. Arismital says, seems simple enough. Why ask me? A frown distorts his meticulous goatee. My own couriers have been robbed and beaten these past weeks. It would seem that some of my competitors resent my success. In any case, you are not a known associate. You would be left alone, and if not, Verezano shrugs and grins. You look like you could handle yourself. Besides, all of Defiance Bay knows of your integrity, and you will have to trust my assurances that you won't find a buyer outside of my contact. Arismital says, I'll do it. Verezano claps his hands together. Excellent. Now deliver this package to a man named Gareth at the Goose and Fox in Copper Lane. He will know what to do with it. He slips a bag of pebbly seeds into your hand. Return to me when you are done, and I shall see to your payment.
Good day, stranger.
Verezano checks his battered pocket watch. Better deliver the package, no? Business such as this is best concluded quickly. Arismital says, I'd like to know more about the Vailian Trading Company. Verezano says, we are a confederation of merchants and traders from the republics. He looks proudly around the warehouse. We sell all manner of goods and equipment, and for years we've enjoyed fruitful contracts with many shops, inns, and armorers throughout Defiance Bay. His smile flickers. Arismital asks, is something wrong? Verezano says, it's nothing. He waves a hand. Only that competition has grown especially fierce in recent months, but I suppose this is to be expected, given the legacy, as the locals call it. Arismital says, farewell.
I'll handle this. It's done.
Live specimens do not open.
I'll have this open in no time. It's done.
A shipping manifest listing the cargo of the Principa Mesiamena, 400 shark skins from Rawatai, 20 bales of blackwood from the Living Lands, and 6 dozen barrels of Idir ale. Esteemed Mestre Verzano, while your ambitions would dignify any son of the republics, your methods do not. The dukes have asked once that you see to the business interests of all of the republics. They are not given to asking twice. Vicente, is it Vicente or Vicente? Vicente Agosti. Bundled navigational charts and nautical maps. Welcome to the Vailian Trading Company, says Liena.
Greetings.
A young woman stands behind the counter, watching you with quick, intelligent eyes. Welcome. This is your first visit to the Vailian Trading Company, is it not? Please, let me know how I can assist you. Her tone is both professional and inquisitive. Arismital asks, what is this place? Liena says, the Vailian Trading Company is an association of merchants from the Vailian republics. We oversee trade deals and negotiations on behalf of our merchants. She gestures toward the door on her right. This is our warehouse, where we store goods in transit. You have more business to discuss. Arismital asks, who are you? Liena says, I'm the assistant manager of this warehouse. Currently, I help Verzano run things, but I'll take over when he retires, or when the company bosses back home decide it's time for new managements. She rolls her eyes. Arismital says, farewell.
Of all the things I've gotten used to, food was the hardest adjustment.
I quite agree. Deer Woodens oversalt everything and drown it in sauce.
And they burn out all the flavor. Nothing like a raw deer flank.
You eat raw meat. You're not afraid about diseases. Maybe your people have been accustomed to eat raw meat, that you develop immunity, perhaps. What is this? Rain blight? Adra animat? What the heck? Fight, comrades.
Blade doing the job.
What?
I'm here.
Mussels cling to the bricks and planks, their shells sharp enough to cut flesh. and with an scepter shaft. This broken shaft looks like part of a scepter. Inscribed runes invoke and channel the wielder's essence.
Indeed.
So is this the crashed ship? I doubt it. Where is the crashed ship? Huh? This doesn't look like a crashed ship. And with an scepter base. This looks like the base of a scepter. It seems to have broken cleanly from the section above it.
Let's see what we found.
And with a scepter spike. This looks like the top portion of a scepter. There's a short, spiral spike at one end for attaching the final. Return to Immortal with the scepter pieces. Barnacles encrust the hull of this beached boat. Something, the jagged Adra fingers most likely, has clawed deep rifts in the wood. Whoever tried to sail through them must have been desperate or inexperienced. Yes, Immortal was desperate. I wonder what happened to the rest of the crew that he locked below deck. Did they survive and swam to safety, or did they all die? Mud squelches underfoot, crabs scuttle out of the debris. Therein, a young boy's corpse lies at your feet, half covered in dirt and seaweed. His hands have stiffened around a dagger. A soul lingers nearby, something confused and lost in the seaside fog. I remember the crier talked about a missing boy named Darin or something like that. Arismital reaches toward the soul. As you reach for the soul, it lashes out. Glowing mist strikes at the air around you. The soul cannot touch you, but you feel it burn with a feeble, uncontrolled rage. Arismetal says, "It's okay. I'm here to help you." The soul flickers. It ripples toward you, timidly at first. As it swirls around you, you experience wonder, fear, and the joy of running between the ships at noon. With a jolt, it pulls you into the streets around the salty mast. Women with painted faces weave between men stumbling in and out of the lamplight. Father's gone in for a drink, just like always. He said he'd only be a few minutes, but it's been hours. The man guarding the door only laughed when you tried to explain this. There's always a back door. In an alley, 2 men have cornered a woman. Her cheeks are streaked with tears. She's backed against the wall and looking away. They are inching closer. You step forward. The man barely acknowledges you, but the woman looks at you, a plea in her eyes. You've seen that look in abused strays. In your hollow-born sister, that time father took her from her splintering cradle and to the filled wash basin. You were brave that day. A knife is in the thug's belt. It's in your hands, and now it's in his thighs. You're small and fast, but not fast enough. Fingers bite into your arm, and a muddy boot sails toward your face. Then everything is muffled by cold, brackish water. The soul retreats from you. It pulses with a question. "Ah, kid, you shouldn't have get involved. I mean, if you have the means and the capability, it's up to you. But you were just a boy, and you were fighting 2 adult men, I assume. And then now you're dead. You should have called for the gods, or just walk away. I know it's cowardly. Yes, I'm a coward, but I'm worried that many more boys like you will die because they try to play a hero. It's not your job to be a hero. I wonder if there was a crucible night nearby when it happened. Perhaps there were none, so the boy thought there was no one else to go for help, and he decided to take action. Commendable, brave, but I'm not sure if I would do the same if I was in your shoe. A boy with no means to fight 2 grown men. It's tragic. I hope the woman you saved are safe now. Yeah. Arismetal says, you died. You need to understand this to move on. Deadened soul absorbs this thought and ebbs in the ocean mists around the dock. Arismetal takes the dagger. The boy's small hands are rigid in death, but you pry the dagger free. It looks too large and too expensive to have belonged to him. The letter B is carved into the pommel. B for bastardo. Brave Darren.
Hail and well met.
Immortal rubs a callous thumb over the runes in the opal. Is this about the broken scepter? Arismital says, yes, I have 3 pieces. Immortal's bristled eyebrows rise to a peak. You mean you got past those armored monsters? I don't know how, he shakes his head. Listen, if you're willing, I'll give you this last piece. He holds up the opal and the name of someone who will buy it all. All I want is 200 pounds for getting the cargo here. Sounds fair? Arismital asks, you want 200 pounds for locking the rest of the crew in the hold and sinking the ship? Immortal says, look, He rubs the back of his sunburned neck. How about 100? I'm just trying to get by until the next job. Oh, I regretted my action. I should just give him 200 CP. I chose this option because I'm curious what would be his response. Oh well. Arismital gives 100 CP. Fair enough. Immortal accepts your money and gives you the opal. It's still warm from his hands. You'll want to go to the Breckenberry Sanitarium and find Nance. She'll know more about this artifact, and I know for a fact she's bought them from our crew before. Immortal gazes out over the water. Anything else you need? The old deckhand looks up at you, back for a taste of the sea breeze. I should have given him 200 CP. Arismital is rich, he's loaded. What is 200 CP? It's just peanuts. Should I quick load? I mean, I chose the second option because I thought it would give a more conversation. I didn't thought that it would reduce the price to 100. Let me check. When last I quick save?
I shall.
Greetings.
Arismital says, we've got a deal. Gives 200 CP. Immortal accepts your money and gives you the opal. It's still warm from his hands. You'll want to go to the Breckenberry Sanitarium and find Nance. She'll know more about this artifact, and I know for a fact she's bought them from our crew before. Immortal gazes out over the water. Anything else you need? Sailor says, did anyone make it out alive? Someone was seen jumping over the side right before the ship broke apart, but that's it, no other survivors. Ugh, what a waste. They must be talking about Immortal and his ship that crashed. I wonder, has Immortal... Oh, I forgot. I was about to say, I wonder if Immortal has reported this incident to the Crucible Knights, but I just remember that they were smuggling illegal goods. Why would he report this to the Crucible Knights? Surrounded by scattered planks, it isn't clear whether this skiff has been half-built and abandoned or cannibalized for lumber. A quiet, motionless shape is swaddled beneath filthy rags and moth-eaten towels. Huh? Motionless shape? What is it? Oda says, are you here about my boy? Is this Darin's mother? A pale green fuzz has colonized one of the loaves. The woman looks like she hasn't slept in days. Her hair is a rat's nest of tangles, and her eyes lined with shadows. She casts an anxious glance at the door. Her eyes widen with relief and recognition. Thank the gods you're here, Ondra's tides. Have you found Darin? I haven't done anything about the dagger though. I'll come back later. Adismittal says, I'm sorry, I'll leave. Commoner. It's a real honor, says a commoner. Why is it an honor? Mind your tongue around the gift. Can't trust most folk here. Alright? Visit the salty mast. You won't be disappointed. Did you hear about that ship that wrecked right before the docks? Only one survivor, they say. Yes, his name is Immortal. Times are hard, At least the Vailians are still trading with us. Terrible shame about that ship that wrecked right at the docks. Terrible indeed. What is this? Grab his purse and go. What? Someone been murdered? There's a pool of blood. Noble. This man's fancy clothes are ripped, and blood flows from a fresh cut above his eye. He tries to push himself up, but his arm is shaking. He winces painfully. Arismital helps him up. Noble says, Thank you. He gasps as he rises. My head. Arismital says, What happened? The noble carefully dabs at his bloody nose with a silk handkerchief. I was just on my way to the club. He slowly stretches out one leg, grimacing at his scraped knee. It's a rough part of town, but the rebels never been violent. Even a night with E. coli isn't worth this. He limps away. Oh, are you alright? I just want to get home, says the noble. The salty mast.
Nothing like this in Gilded Vale. Just Wallaruna the milkmaid. She knew what she was doing. Overfried cod, watered ale, and prostitution. A bastion of Deerwooden culture.
I hope you aren't expecting to find the leaden key in here.
Visit new lands, see the sights. I do love travel.
Now to find a home for my other staff.
Oh. Durans, you are ready for action, it seems. Yefa says, Hi there, boys. Okay, Eder, tell me more about this Wallaruna. In Gilded Vale, you said she knew what she was doing. She's the milkmaid. So what? Does she also milk staves? Men's staves? Did you have your staff milked by Wallaruna, Eder? Tell me, you can be honest with me. Your secrets are safe with me. What is this Yeva? I read the text that someone named Yeva says, Hi boys, but where is this Yeva? Brothel patron says, Did you see the rigging on that one? I wouldn't mind getting broadsided by her. Oh, you're talking about boobs? Or are you talking about ass? Where is this Yeva? Maya says, a new face. Welcome to the salty mast. Brothel patron says, how much for the pleasure of your company, Tella? I beg your pardon? Forgive me. I seem to have made a mistake. You certainly have, and you can make up for it with a glass of claret. I'll make that too. Where is this Yefa? I read the text, but there is no character named Yefa on my site. Brothel patron says, so, how exactly does this work? By the flame, your mother never gave you the talk. You know what I mean, how do I, get started? Find the fellow you like and jiggle that purse of yours. Should do the trick. But which one? Blazes, girl. If you can't make up your mind, give me your coppers, and I'll have some fun for you. Oh, they are female patrons. And the other one is telling the other one. And the other one was implying that one's mother should have taught their daughter about purchasing sex with gigolos. That is quite something. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to be here. Oh. Okay. Brothel patron, the same female patrons. You know, maybe I'll do this another time. That's what you said last time we came here. I'm not listening to another week of you chaffing in your drawers. Shh, someone will hear you. I sincerely hope so. Why? So this is Yefa. Wait, where is she? I saw her before. The same brothel patrons says, what have you heard about the prospects here? I have it on good authority that the Orlan fellow, you can't be serious. You know what they say, go big or go home. Actually, I rather like the look of that Vailian. I think I'll go talk to him. Finally, yes, just one more drink first. so many characters to speak to. Oh my goodness. Wade says, Linus, another round, fast. Older drunkard says, cannot kick me out like that. Been around longer than any of them. So many people to talk to. This is going to be time consuming. Brother, patron says, I do not see what a lovely woman like you is doing in a place like this. Why, the same thing you are? But surely there is no need. A Velika girl like you could have any man you wanted. Who said I was here for a man? I see. Okay, so she's a lesbo. What is this? Big Durmsey? Must be the Orland that female patron talked about. Big Durmsey. The Orland man seems to walk with a slight limp. He doesn't say anything, but he stops and regards you with interest. Arismital asks, what's wrong with your leg? He just laughs and shakes his head. What? Arismital says, I'm not interested. Patron says, I don't understand the locals. Why fight in the streets when there's pleasure to be had? A place like this reminds you that a sailor's life is not so bad. This is the best place in Defiance Bay for an able seaman. Seaman, yep. What is the expression? All hands on deck. A lady's got to have her fun, especially these days. Ooh, you lose. Maya could have chased the Idirans from Defiance Bay all by herself. Placid scepter, indeed. This place has tripled the demand for bitter squash seeds. Can't be too careful, especially with so many hollow-born. Wait, is she implying that bitter squash seeds is like an abortion pill? What? To prevent hollow-born being born? Interesting. This place is not the right place for Aris Mittal. You here to die for the dirty pearl? What? What does that mean? Are you saying eat pussy? No, I'm just here to sightsee. Brothel Guard says, talk to Maya if you've got question about the attractions. Pay on time and play nice and you won't get any trouble. Been working overtime ever since those riots started. What riots? Just keep your dagger sheathed. What about my other dagger, huh? Wink wink. Kyanite scripture.
Keeping an eye out.
Rolled bills and receipts show amounts paid to Maya's staff, as well as her expenses for ale, fish, and new linens. Of course, they need new linens. Nobody wants to roll around in sloppy linens. Maya.
Good day, stranger.
The Aumaua woman watches you suspiciously. One hand is tense at her side, but as you approach, she relaxes and gives you a friendly, if weary, smile. I don't see many outfitted like you who aren't looking for trouble. You aren't looking for trouble, are you? Arismital asks, what kind of trouble are you having? A frown ripples across her blue facial markings. The kind is bad for business. Local rowdies have taken to harassing my hard-working boys and girls, and our customers. They started showing up after this rash of hollowborn, and they've been driving my regulars away. She looks you up and down, scratching her chin. I've been looking for someone to help me clean things up around here, and word on the street is that you've cleaned up a few messes already. The knights are too busy sniffing around Duke Ivar to bother with us commoners in the gift, and I'd just soon not deal with their bureaucracy anyway. Arismital says, I could investigate, as long as there's coin in it. Maya says, you restore my business, and there'll be plenty of that, all right. Maya draws you closer. These thugs tend to roam in groups, which suggests to me that these aren't random incidents. She places one large finger on your chest. You put a stop to these attacks, and I'll find a real nice way to thank you. She winks. Got me? Oh! Suddenly, Arismital got hard. His fantasy is getting it on with an Aumaua female. Beautiful Aumaua female. Tall, sexy, hot and fit. Aloth wipes his hands on his robes, looking around. I would request that thanks in copper if I were you. Come on, Aloth. Don't cockblock Arismital. But you are rational about this. Sex is temporary. But coin is, well, it's temporary, but it has more uses than just sex. Arismital says, I've got questions. Maya says, shoot. Arismital asks, what do you know about these attacks? Maya waves a hand at the door. You only have to step outside to see it for yourself. Those thugs out there are just waiting to cause trouble for anyone coming or going. She sizes you up. Maybe they would have let you pass, however. I witnessed a noble got attacked outside. Must be by the same group. Arismital says, tell me more about your business. Maya rubs the back of her neck. It's not doing as well as I'd like with all this trouble. I run an honest enterprise, just trying to give folks a little rest and relaxation. She nods at you and lowers her voice. You help me out, and I'll see about getting you a special discount and your personal service. I demand your personal service as part of the request, I mean, as part of the reward. Arismital says, tell me more about your business. Arismital asks, can I ask you about something else? A knowing grin warps Maya's blue markings. Now, just what can I do for a strapping lad like yourself? Arismital says, tell me about this place. Maya says, you're a sharp one, aren't you? I thought that was clear as the crystal waters below the docks. She laughs. This here is the Salty Mast, the most famous house of pleasure in Defiance Bay. We've got drinks, beds, and good company to help you enjoy both. Okay, so Maya says the Salty Mast is the most famous house of pleasure. So she's implying there are other house of pleasures. There are other brothels beside Salty Mast. Maya says, of course, the club for refined and prestigious gentlemen is upstairs. You'll find several of the hardest working boys and girls in Defiance Bay up there too. Arismital asks, any of your regulars interested in earning some coin? Maya says, if only so they can spend it again. Oh, I see. Broad beam, shiny pearl, the common room.
Hello!
Maya says, always good to have a few more warm bodies in here. Any progress with those thugs? Arismital says, I want to order refreshments.
Good day, stranger.
Arismital says, I'm here for some quiet time. Maya says, quiet, loud, however you like. As long as you pay up front. I've got ladies, lads, and a few I'm not quite sure about. Go talk to whoever tickles your fancy. Unless you fancy settle, in which case you can settle with me. Arismital asks, what can you tell me about Settle? Maya laughs. You must be new in town, dearie. She's only the most sought after girl in the district. You want to spend time with her, just ask. She's 1,000 for the night, but she's worth every pound, or so they tell me. Fancy a go with her? Maya nudges you in the ribs. Best money you can spend in the gift? Alright. Only if you will give me your personal service later on. Arismital pays 1,000 CP. I'd like a night with Settle. Maya says, you'll find her quarter upstairs. She lays a large hand on your shoulder. Don't mind the burly fellows at her door. They're just there to make sure everyone has a good time. Upstairs? Alright. Let's try it out. Lierinia. Where is this? Serral. Ikali. Oh, the woman that the noble who got beat up was talking about. Ikali. Where is this Serral? Alduin. Wait. Have I read this name before? Alduin? Let's talk to him.
Well met, friend.
The elf's long hair, frames high cheekbones and a long slender nose. It's not every day that the club gets such a breath of fresh air. Arismital asks, who are you? I'm a native of the Deerwood and an expert in the subtle arts. If it's practice, skill and finesse you seek, look no further. He rubs his tapered fingers around a wine goblet. Arismital asks how much. Alduin says, only 600 pounds for my daily bread, whilst you and I feast on love. Arismital says, I'll be going. Is this Cyril's quarter? Becca Ordo says, the special lounge is for members only. Really? But I've paid for Cyril. Where is her quarters? Oh, that is his Cyril's guard. I'm keeping an eye on you. You'd better not try anything. You can go in, but mind your manners. Cyril.
How do you do?
Powder almost hides the circles under her eyes, and rouge dusts her two prominent cheekbones. Despite it all, Cyril is beautiful. She favors you with a smile she must have practiced and perfected. Hello, stranger. Let me make you more comfortable. Arismital says, it is rather warm in here. What's going on? That's it? Just a blank screen? That's it? Developers, you suck.
Welcome.
Cyril looks at you curiously. Back again? What the heck? Dev, you suck. You suck. 1000 CP for just a blank screen? You suck, devs.
Hail and well met.
Brother patron, it's not just the drinks that are stiff around here. You mean your penis as well? This is the best place for a little fun below decks. Really. Cyril's the pearl of the gift, pricey as one too. Ah, overrated. All I had was a blank screen. They say that little Orlan fella could shame us all. I don't know if I believe it. Lina's two lips. Is she the bartender?
How do you do?
She leans on the bar, her black painted nails tapping the wood. What will it be? Arismital asks, what can you tell me about this place? Linus arches an eyebrow. Every foreign sailor and visiting villager knows about the Salty Mast. It is the most famous brothel in Defiance Bay. She points to an Aumawa woman. You want to know more? Just ask Maya. Arismital says, any of your regulars looking for work? Linus says, they've got to earn their ale money somehow. Take a look.
Hail and well met.
Arismetal says, I'd like to order refreshments. Wait, I just realized. Her name is Lina's two lips. Is it implying the lips on her face and the lips down her pussy? Wade. Wade's eyes are red rim and unfocused. He stares into a filthy mug as if searching for something. He shivers and takes another drink. Wade says, why don't you just take one of them stools over there? He swats at the air in your general direction. Nowhere else for me to go, not with a wife in a state, and my boy, His face freezes with a stricken expression, and he turns back to the bar, muttering into his drink. What about your boy? Is he a hollow bone? Wade says, can't a man drink in peace? Never mind. Captain Pepper Jack. Oriko.
Good day to you.
Oriko catches your eye. A golden hoop dangles from one ear, and his fine-fitted clothes whisper as he glides over to you. You have me at a loss. How could I afford time with such a magnificent creature? Arismita asks, what are you talking about? Oriko says, I'm talking about your magnificent eyes and perfect lips. Truly, it should be a crime for you to ever close them. Oriko runs a finger along a perfectly symmetrical goatee. What can Oriko do for you? Arismita says, you tell me. Oriko says, some things must be experienced to be believed. Arismetal asks how much. Oriko says, for an evening that you will remember in your next life, I ask but 300 pounds. Arismetal says, not this time. This Yefa, half-finished tankards of ale and bottles of wine leave wet rings on the bar. Scattered plates hold fish bones and grease. Okay, let's talk to Yefa.
Hail and well met.
Yefa says, not from around here, are we? The young woman's voice rolls with the saucy cadence of Ondra's gift. You need a local girl to show you the highlights. Lucky for you, I'm one of them. Arismetal asks, you're a local girl or a highlight? Yefa laughs, both gorgeous. What else can you do with that clever tongue of yours? I don't know. Accumulate spit and spit it in your mouth? Arismetal asks, and what local attractions would you recommend? Yefa winks. I'd rather show than tell. Arismetal asks how much. Yefa says, it's 200 for my time and worth every copper. Arismetal says, deal. Another blank screen. Developers use... Okay, at least there's a conversation afterwards. Yefa says, I haven't enjoyed a customer that much since, well, ever. She sighs. Only thing I'd like more would be to finally see more of the Deerwood. Haven't left Defiance Bay since I was a girl. Arismetal says, I happen to have a stronghold outside the city. You'd be welcome there any time. Yes. Quick thinking, Arismital. She can be your personal slave. Sex slave, I mean. Yefa says, you don't have to tell me twice. She winks. Okay, does that mean she's going to Kaidnua now? Yes, Arismital's own personal sex slave. Brother Patron says, such a beautiful woman. I mean, let me repeat, such beautiful women. I have my eye on that icy one in the corner. This woman here, I'm afraid she only has eyes for the elf by the bar, born Aimiko. Postinago, not her, the Velika Glamfellen up the stair. Up the stair? Where? I've no taste for frigid women, I'm afraid. That is because you have no taste. Velika Glamfellen? The same brothel patron says, this place, I worry that it is not so clean. It is a brothel, my friend, what do you expect? Yeah, of course, it's full of STDs. Brothel patron says, there is a peculiar odor. Perhaps they do not wash the sheets too often. Postinago, we are next to the kitchen. You are smelling fish heads. Now I feel better about being hungry. They don't wash the sheets too often? Ew. Rolling around in other men's cum? Blech. Or in other women's juice. Older drunkard.
Greetings.
His robes are torn and stained with vomit. He turns his eyeless face toward you, wiping his mouth. Come for a story? His speech is slurred and his voice ragged. I told all the best stories. He slaps his chest. It's my club anyway. Arismital asks, what club? Older drunkard says, the club for refined and prestigious gentlemen. He prods your shoulder. Wait, if you don't know about the club, you must be. He heaves, catching at his chest. After several precarious seconds, he recovers. Where was I? Oh, you must be here about the ring. The ring. He shoves it into your hand. Older drunkard says, have to have that to get into the lounge. He hiccups. They don't let just anyone in, you know. He wipes a hand on his shredded robe. It's the most exclusive club in Defiance Bay. He slaps you on the back. And whatever you do, don't tell them you're new or... He turns away, overcome by a fit of dry heaving. Okay, this guy's head. I remember the character creation. Is he a death What was it called? Death. Death touch? Death god? Death something. I don't know. The same brothel patron as before says, "We report to the warehouse in the morning. Let us find more pleasurable company for now." An excellent plan. I find myself drawn to this pacing beauty here. Ah, the one that just walked by the arena. She reminds me of your sister. She... what? Perhaps this is not the best time for the story. Linus, another round on me. Whoa, whoa, that's off limits, bro. That's my sister. Old drunkard says, "The new members are all phonies, got no class." Hard enough to find a place with sophisticated company. Smells of fried fish and oysters hang over the stove. The counter is splattered with grease. Chef. The patrons and the courtesans work up a fierce appetite. "If you know what I mean, keep me busy," says the chef. "Best fried eel in the whole city, right here in this kitchen." A pint of bitter and my famous boiled crab would settle those troublemakers outside. "If you're just going to stand there, could you pass the salt?" "Okay, here, take it." Chef says, "The patrons and the courtesans work up a fierce appetite. If you know what I mean, keeps me busy, yep." Brothel guard says, "Pay on time and play nice and you won't get any trouble." "Stop threatening me, assholes." This is a rather graphic declaration of affection for someone named Cyril. What? What does it mean? Declaration of affection? I don't see anything. What? 10 Louis, Omedan. Okay, let's find out about this special lounge upstairs. Is there another woman besides Yefa that I can use down here? Not Oriko. I'm not interested in men. My Oriko Big Durmsi? Nope, nope. Only Yefa? Yefa is the only woman on the first floor? I see. Lyrinia. Is she a dwarf? I don't know. Is she?
Good day, stranger.
Oh, yes, she is. The dwarven maid raises the hem of her skirt to show you a well-muscled leg. Ooh, I like it. She says, "You've never experienced anything like this before. Trust me." Arismital asks, "What do you mean?" Lyrinia says, "Let's just say I don't tire easily." She slaps a smooth, firm thigh. Arismital asks how much. Lyrinia says, "That's 600 coppers for a night. That will knock the good sense out of you." Arismital pays 600 CP. Let's get to it. Lyrinia says, "I've never known anyone to keep up like that. Keep your money and keep coming back." What? She enjoys Arismital company so much, she returned the money? Wow. Arismital, you dog.
Welcome.
Let's do it again. Lyrinia says, "I've never known anyone to keep up like that. Keep your money and keep coming back." Wow, Arismital, you're the man. Astoundingly, there's no spare change between these cushions. Okay, what about Ikali? Is this the elf that the patron downstairs talked about?
Hello.
The pale elf's gold eyes are the color of a winter sunset. She touches your cheek with a cool hand. "You look like you've journeyed far. Let me show you comfort and rest." Arismital says, "Tell me about yourself." Ikali says, "I came to Defiance Bay, from the frozen lands, at the southern end of the world. Few of my people venture this far north, but none know how to warm a cold night like we do." Her skin seems to glow in the darkened bar. Arismital asks how much. Ikali's thin lip curls upwards. "Just 500 pounds to experience the most secrets of the southern arts." Arismital pays for 500 CP. Very well. Ikali says, "Such pleasure. Even I'd never experienced. You must return again." Oh, just like Lyrinia, she returns the money because she enjoys Arismital's company so much. Interesting. "Nice ring, you may enter," says Beke Ordoi. Brothel patron.
I'm here.
Up close, these look more comfortable than one might expect. What is it? Are you... What were you observing, actually?
I'm here.
What were you observing? The clothing? Okay. Such large beds. I want such beds. Okay, let's get inside the club. What is this? Gentleman's club, according to the older drunkard. The plaque beneath the display case reads, The legendary gilt blade of Lorne, capable of smiting any foe dead with a single blow, broken in the Battle of Tower Watch. Interesting. Brothel patron is silent. Jaisun Vincent Dwellier. What is this name, Jaisun? Jaisun says, Your first time at the club for refined and prestigious gentlemen, sir, says Jaisun. Our members appreciate mature and cultured discourse. Vincent Dwellier. The man looks down his nose at you. So you remember, I see. Are you here for the exclusive club equipment? Arismetal says, Show me your stock. Vincent says, I have been collecting the finest equipment for over a decade. I guarantee you won't find a superior collection. Arismetal says, Tell me about this place. Vincent Dwellier folds his arms. Broadly speaking, you're in the club for refined and prestigious gentlemen on the upper floor of the Salty Mast. He tilts his head. More specifically, you're in the members-only lounge, which means you've been part of the club for at least a year. He eyes you suspiciously. Our rules are strict, but they keep the riffraff out, mostly. Arismetal says goodbye. Club of Refined and Prestigious Gentlemen Guest Book. The names scrawled in the guest book span pages of the thick tome. Okay, is this the name of backers? I don't know. Let's take it. Okay, I've explored the Salty Mast, let's get outside. As George Michael would say. Let's get outside. Or was it, let's go outside? Yes.
Whatever happens, at least we're out of that mud hole, Gilded Vale. I grew up in Gilded Vale. Quaint. That's what I meant to call it. No, you had it right.
Courtesan. What's the rush? Come and stay with me for a while. Are you clean, or are you full of STDs? The prostitute holds her hips, thrusting her chest forward as you come near her. Please, stop pushing your breasts towards my face. You look like you want to have a good time, honey, and I'm all open for business. Fisherman. The tide's in. If you're wanting to get down to the shoreline, you'll have to wait until daylight. Yeah, I know that already. Sailor. Urp. Kurnd. Who is this Kurnd? A hooded figure leans against a wall. When he notices you draw near, he stands upright and raises his hand to hold your approach. If you know the words, speak them, and we can do business. If not, then we are done speaking. What words? Is option number 1 real? Or is Arismittal just making things up? Arismittal asks, have you seen anyone come this way carrying a large chest? Kurn says, that depends. Have you come carrying copper? Arismittal pays 200 CP. The coins disappear from your hand. Kurn says, they went south along the pier. Kurn regards you with wary eyes from beneath his hood. You return. Do you have the words? Arismittal asks, what words? Kurn says, we have no business then. Be gone. Arismittal says, Yich niebeon eild feon. Wait. Kurn says, I apologize for the unpleasantries. I am Kurn, the midnight merchant, as some would say. Okay, hold up. Where did Arismittal encounter the words? I don't remember in any conversation that the word uttered by Arismittal just now. I mean, let me rephrase my English sentence. I'm confused. Where did Arismittal acquire the words? Who told him? I don't remember any scene or conversation or dialogue in this game that explains or shows that Arismittal knows about the words that Kurnd wants us to say. I'm confused. What is going on? Kurn says, I deal in sensitive commodities. Precautions must be taken. Now let us do business. Okay, or perhaps we have encountered the passwords. Maybe I just forgot. Maybe I didn't pay attention. Kurn, the hooded figure, emerges from the shadows again, this time wearing a smile. Greetings, friend, do you care to do business? Not today, Kurn. Farewell. Okay. I don't remember where I came across that word. There was no scene or dialogue that shows that. Or did I forget it? Maybe I didn't pay attention. Maybe I did not pay attention when it happened. I'm confused. Where did I encounter the words before? Why Arismittal suddenly possessed the knowledge about the words that couldn't ask? Walder, Three Fingers. 4 people stand gathered around what appears to be a wooden chest. One of them, a grizzled and rough-looking character, looks up at you then sneers. Took a wrong turn somewhere, did you? Best turn around and walk on. Lefty Lish. There's a sudden snapping sound from the direction of the chest, and a second smaller man lets out a frustrated groan. Dang it, that's the second lockpie. He looks up at you and stills. Oh. Wilder rolls his eyes, then turns to you. You've walked down your last pier. Come on, man. Surrounded by scattered planks, it isn't clear whether this skiff has been half-built and abandoned or cannibalized for lumber. Unlocking this will require the proper key. This sea chest bears a large, embossed sigil of a ship, and the word Fortanero beneath it in gilded letters. It's held shut by a heavy brass padlock. Leave it alone? Okay, let's save first. I'm curious. I want to know the content of this chest. Try to unlock the chest. After a little bit of work, the lock turns with a satisfying clunk, and you are able to pull away the padlock, open the chest. The sea chest contains a sea captain's hat and a finely wrought rapier, and nothing else. It seems Captain Fortanero greatly values his hat. Arismital leaves them inside the chest. Wait, there's a way down here. Maybe there's another walkable area during the daylight? Interesting. Jareth Lexingtail, Hikami.
Yes? I shall.
Harassing thug. Well, if it isn't Defiance Bay's favorite foreigner. He nods to his shifty-eyed companions. Let's give him a proper welcome. Arismital says, let's talk this through. He draws a sharpened blade and smiles. I'm afraid you're missing the point, friend. Why? Oh, supply and demand addendum. So it's the quest from Maya, right? Maya from Salty Must. Rusty bronze key. This old key looks like it's been rusted from years of exposure to the salty air. Okay, where does this key leads to? Huh? Addendum, let's read the addendum. One of the thugs dropped a key that looks like it belongs to a house in Ondra's gift. Okay, any house that I came across before that is locked? Let's try and remember. Okay, we'll start from... I have entered Oda's house before, so let's start from here. Okay, it's not locked. I can enter it. This is also not locked. What about this one? Abandoned house. I can enter it as well. There is no lock. Oh, maybe perhaps in one of the houses I've entered, there's a room that I cannot enter, perhaps earlier. Interesting. Oh, let's go meet Marceno first. Is this it? But the door is not locked. Or perhaps I have unlocked it before. I don't remember. Anyway. Aifre, harassing thug.
Welcome.
Aifre wears a defiant expression and a sturdy yet battered suit of armor. She seems to bear each scratch and ding with pride. You don't look like one of the knights. Can I help you with something? Arismital asks, who are you? I am Aifre, a lieutenant with the dozens. She taps her dented breastplate. We're the last fighting force in Defiance Bay that remembers what it means to be Diruwudan. And unfortunately, I'm the only one who seems to care about the way Maya's squeezing the locals. Arismital says, I'm here about the trouble at the Salty Mast. Okay, what does she mean by saying Maya squeeze on the locals? Ifrey says, ordinary kith are angry, as they should be with that crooked Aumawa toadying up to the nobles. She sneers. She is using the tragedy of White Wind's legacy to line her pockets. She's no better than the Idiran overlords we drove out 200 years ago. People around here know you to be an honest broker. Maya's made it so only the rich can afford her establishment, yet she sits in the poorest district of Defiance Bay. How's that fair? I don't see any problem with that, Ifrey, to be honest. Do you really want the poor to waste their hard-earned coins on prostitutes? I think it's better this way, right? Only the rich affords my services, and because it's so expensive, there is no way for the poor to afford whores. That means the poor gets to save their money for better use. Ifrey says, we've taken matters into our own hands, but she's the real criminal here. Why don't you tell her to back down? Aris Mittal says, okay, option number 1 says, that's a good point. I'll see if I can get Maya to lower her prices. I think this is counterproductive to Ifrey's goal. She's speaking in a way that she cares about the poor people. If she cares about the poor people, she would be happy to know that the poor cannot afford Maya services, meaning the poor's money are saved for better use. So I'm helping you here, Ifrey. I'm helping you by not choosing option number 1. Let's choose option number 2 then. Aris Mittal says, Maya might be making a fortune, but her employees aren't. You're hurting them even more. Ifrey says, I hadn't thought of it that way. Her dull pauldron sag. Then I guess there's no point to this, is there? She looks at the thugs standing around her and finally nods. Tell Maya we'll leave her people alone. Yes, peaceful ending. Ring finger added, the quest expires in 1 day. What? Ring finger. Nithen was a Glanfathan murderer who was notorious for both his brutality and his ability to avoid capture by the tribe's best hunters. When he was finally captured and put to death, his body was buried in a secret place near Seliaban Rilag. A Riau had given the unusual recommendation in the hopes that the Angwithan ruin would capture the killer's soul and prevent it from returning to the will. During a recent cleansing celebration, an Orlan child stumbled across Nithen's grave. Not realizing that what she had found, she told her parents, who guessed what it was, and in turn told other members of their tribe. Within a day, Nithen's burial site had been plundered by a fellow foolhardy Glanfathans. The body carried away for ritual purposes. All that remained was the ring finger from his right hand. The Anamfatha opposed the use of Nithen's body for preparing sacred objects and will reward anyone who can return it to them. So this story contains 2 different tribes, I guess. one tribe that captured and killed Nithen, and the other tribe, a different tribe, that discovered Nithen's grave. Okay, let's assign. Nasu is assigned. Alright. Harassing thug says, "We'll stay out of Maya's way as long as you stay out of ours. We live here, we just want to be treated fair-like." Someone stashed a few sooty playing cards under the bed.
How do you do?
Ifri says, "We have an understanding about the brothel, right? Is there something else?" Arismital says, "Never mind."
How do you do?
Maya says, "Always good to have a few more warm bodies in here. Any progress with those thugs?" Arismital says, "I talked with the ringleader. She's agreed to leave you alone." Maya's brow ridges rise. "Well, that's a welcome surprise, and one worth celebrating. Take some coppers and enjoy yourself." Maya's smile widens. "And if you choose to have your fun here, enjoy my special discount." "Wait, you promised me you would do something for me. Did you lie to me?" Sagani raises one eyebrow. "Someone's given you the talk, right? Because Kalu's the one who handles it with our children. But if no one's ever explained it to you..." "What? What are you talking about, Sagani?" Maya, a knowing grin, warps Maya's blue markings. "Now, just what can I do for a strapping lad like yourself?" Maya says, quiet indeed. She hesitates. "Oh, and if you bring any of your friends with you, just mind that you don't make a mess." "Wait, I'm not..." "Wait, Maya, you promised me you would give me your personal favor." "I'm rich, I don't need the money. I want you to hold up your end of the bargain."
Good day, stranger.
"You lied to me, Maya. No. Alright.